If you're watching this, chances are good you want to get a job. You want to go from student to rising star, and you want to avoid eating the same meal over and over and over again. Good news, you're in the right place. That's right, LinkedIn. It's not just for top executives. It's not just for old people with heavy briefcases. It's for you, and it's the perfect place for you to start your professional story. Say you want to get a job in New York City. You've never been there before, but that's okay because you have LinkedIn on your side. You start by creating your profile. You give it love because you know it's what recruiters are looking for day and night. It's your resume that never sleeps. It's your flashing neon sign that says, hire me, for the love of all that is good in this world, hire me. Then you start making connections. Alumni working in New York? Yes. Recruiters at top companies in New York? Yes. Your mom's best friend? Yes. You start imagining whose shoes you want to walk in. You think, wow, this is a lot of deep stuff to consider. You shake yourself out of it and start searching for jobs. Whoa, that's a lot of jobs for students. Time to get down to business. You start to tailor your profile. You start applying. You feel empowered, in control, like you should be CEO. That gives you an idea. You look up all the CEOs of all the companies you want to work at. You see one of them went to your university. Then it hits you. You see a clear path from campus to career. You feel like you can see the future. You wonder if you're psychic. Should you start a hotline? No, back to plan A. You keep tailoring and connecting and applying, and before you know it, you start getting responses. First a few, then more, then an interview, and then you're hired. And that's when the real learning begins.
Hello, Africa. Hello, Southern Eastern Europe. Hello, Central Eastern Europe. Hello from wherever you're watching from. It's Tuesday, and you know what time it is? School's in. It's time to shine. How are you, folks? And I know today I didn't set up for us to have a live stream. We didn't have an event page for it, but I have an important message, which is why I wanted to catch up with you for a very brief moment today. My name is Stuart Samkange from LinkedIn. I get the opportunity every single day to work with schools, colleges, and universities, ultimately helping these higher educational institutions help young people get access to the skills that they need in order to get access to the dream jobs that they aspire for. We also help colleges, schools, and universities to hire the best academic staff that gets to work with our students so that they're best prepared to have a competitive advantage and work in the world that we have today. So if you are watching, thank you for joining me. It's going to be a very, very brief live stream. Maybe we could quickly start off by, of course, as usual, letting you know how the format of the show goes. So I get to share something powerful and important with you, and you get the opportunity to ask me anything that is related to what we're talking about. So you have an opportunity on the stream to ask me anything related to the topic of the day. As I said, for those of you who are just joining us now, my name is Stuart Samkange. I work with higher educational institutions, and today I have an important message for you. But before we get into those important messages, let's see who's online and who's managed to join us in this unscheduled live stream that we're holding. Let's see who's online and give a quick shout out to some people that are online. Hey, Abby, how you doing? Nice to have you on the call. Of course, joining us today because it is Tuesday. It's time to shine. It's time to shine as a professional and get access to the skills that will give you access to new economic opportunities. And specifically today, we'll be talking about what skills you need in order to get access to jobs. Good afternoon, or yes, it is afternoon for you already. Edith, watching from Nairobi in Kenya. Hey, Ronald, thank you for joining us. It was unscheduled. Thank you so much to have you here. And of course, we're even hearing voices coming out of Nigeria in Delta State. How are you, Paul? But let us get on to what is the key message that I promised to share with you today. As I said, this is going to be a very short live stream, and it'll be specifically reminding you of an economic opportunity I spoke about. I spoke about the opportunity being that together, Microsoft, GitHub, and LinkedIn have looked at the analytics and said, what are the 10 top jobs? And in those jobs, what are the skills one can acquire online to get access to those jobs? And we made these available and free for you. So the 10 top jobs on LinkedIn in most in demand with skills that can be learned online, we made them available and free for you. And guess what? We made them available and free right up until the end of this month, which means we have you heard me, folks, 3 days left in which you can get these skills for free. Now, I don't know what's more compelling for a job seeker, or what's more compelling for a student, or what's more compelling for a graduate that is looking to transition into the world of work. But by having knowledge of what are those 10 top jobs that companies are currently hiring for, and for those jobs, what skills can you learn online for free in the remaining 3 days? So, this is an important message. Like I said, just 3 days left in order for you to get access to these skills. And if you who are watching today are currently in a job and are not looking to transition into a new job, guess what you can do? Each one teach one. You know a job seeker, you know a student, you know a graduate, you know a career services professional in a higher educational institution who could use this knowledge today to enable students to get access to jobs, to enable that student, that graduate, or that job seeker to get the critical skills that will help them stand out. And I'm going to show you exactly how this will help them stand out and give them a competitive advantage of up to 30% in their chances of being hired. Up to 30%, folks. And we've got 3 days in order to acquire these skills. And beyond the 3 days that I'm talking about, should you miss it, and you're currently in a university, currently in a college, or currently in a higher educational institution, you can get in touch with myself and I'll put you in touch with a colleague, or we could be working together in terms of how you get access to this LinkedIn learning content that enables our students to get access to jobs. So, like I said, it's a quick stream. It's about, of course, what are the skills we require in order to get access to these jobs. And I said, courtesy of Microsoft, courtesy of GitHub, courtesy of LinkedIn Learning, you get access to the top 10 jobs that are most in demand. And here's what we're saying: there's a job out there for you. Yes, for you, if you're a job seeker, a student, a young professional, or a graduate, because last year alone, 4 million people got access to jobs on LinkedIn. That means every single minute, 8 people were able to get access to jobs. Isn't that fantastic? It means there is a job for you. But also, having said that, every single second, 3 new members are joining on LinkedIn. And I'm going to show you how you can get your profile to stand out so you can get access to these jobs. So again, just to quickly summarize, if you missed the last 2 live streams, here's how you're going to get the skills, and here's the next steps to make you successful. Number one, today I'll show you what are those 10 top jobs. I'll show you how to get access to those skills. Then the onus is on you to apply for those jobs and to prepare yourself for interviewing. In terms of gaining access to that competitive advantage. So I'm going to give you the skills, but how do you get the competitive advantage? Well, here it is. As you finish each one of these courses that we're making free for you for the next 3 days, you add them onto your profile. If you add them onto your profile, it means you are likely to be more discoverable as a student or as a graduate. Guess what? When you add LinkedIn Learning certificates onto your profile, it increases your chances of being hired by 9%. That means opportunity finds you. You're not actually applying for those jobs, but when recruiters and hiring managers search, they find you. That's 9%. Are you looking for an additional 20%? Another 20% chance of being hired? Well, here's what you can do. You also have the opportunity to take skills assessments. This tells hiring managers and recruiters about your credibility on a given topic or on a given platform or technology. So take the skills assessments and you will increase your chances of being discovered and hired and shortlisted by up to 30%, an additional 20%. So in total, 9% just by adding those certificates, and an additional 20%, which is close on 30%, folks, for you to be discovered and for you to be shortlisted and given access to those jobs. So the courses we're offering today, as you complete each one of the courses in the remaining 3 days, as you complete each one of those courses, and these are short courses, add them to your profile, and already you're increasing your chances by 9%. And as you do the skills assessments, which you can do after these 3 days, guess what? You will increase your chances by an additional 20%, giving yourself a 29% competitive advantage in terms of getting access to jobs. So, what are we talking about? If you're just joining us, we're talking about the 10 top jobs that are available on LinkedIn, how you can gain access to those skills, and how you can give yourself a competitive advantage. And of course, if you are just joining us, what I highlighted to folks is that you have 3 days to get these skills for free. If you've started on this learning path, congratulations for making time for learning. Congratulations on investing in yourself, because this is going to increase your chances of being discovered by hiring managers and recruiters for those jobs that you seek. And if you are just joining us, like I said, on this LinkedIn live stream, which wasn't scheduled, we always are ready to answer your questions regarding the topic of the day. So I've just spoken about giving yourself a 29% advantage in terms of getting access to those jobs. But let us drill down. What were those 10 top jobs and what kind of skills can you learn? Coming in at number 10, I spoke about the opportunity for you to get access to, of course, financial analyst jobs. Jobs that are recommended for financial analysts, there are well over 360,000 jobs on the platform. LinkedIn has over 11 million jobs on this platform, and 360 of those 1,000 are related to jobs for financial analysts. And of course, with the link I'll give you, you'll get access to the skills that you require in order to get access to these jobs. Coming in at number 9, the jobs for data analysts, those who tell great stories leveraging data. So again, like we saw with the other job, there are courses that are related in order for you to become proficient or for you to apply for roles as a data analyst. And this was our number 9 jobs, our number 9th job, with well over 600 open vacancies available for data analysts. Moving on, folks, and let me take a sip here. Job number 8 out of the 10 top jobs, right? Jobs number 8. We're counting down here. Work with me. With over 654,000 jobs on the platform are jobs related to graphic designers. So if you are creative, there are jobs related to graphic designers, well over 654,000 on the platform. And what's more, for the next 3 days, we're offering free courses for you to gain access to those jobs. For those of you who are technologically inclined, there are jobs required, or at least there are open vacancies for IT support and help desk specialists. Well over 1 million jobs on this platform. 1 million jobs specifically for help desk professionals. And here are the technical courses we'll be offering for free for the next 3 days in order for you to apply for these opportunities. Working down that list, job number 6 is for our creative colleagues, those who are digital marketing specialists. Digital marketing specialists, not just on LinkedIn, but of course, getting to understand things like Google Analytics, getting to work on things like search engine optimization, getting to understand digital marketing across multiple platforms, including the likes of Instagram. How do we use that data and how do we use that content in order to drive business and propel organizations? Well, you can learn all this on LinkedIn Learning for the next 3 days only, with over 1.6 million jobs available globally for you to apply for. Working down the list, we're now down to our top five. So, our top five jobs include customer service specialists. Organizations are looking for people who can interact digitally or through other channels with their customers. And to demonstrate this, some of the 57 million companies we have on LinkedIn have advertised well over 2 million jobs related to customer service specialist roles. And what's more, like I said, on this live stream, I'm going to give you a link for the next 3 days that would allow you to learn the skills that you require in order to apply for customer service specialist roles. I've often said to graduates, I've often said to young job seekers that, look, it doesn't matter where you start your career. Sometimes, and most times, it's easier to apply for a role when you're within a role. So, yes, I know you studied for degree X, but it's okay to start off with an IT help desk job, a customer service job, or other role to get you into the world of work whilst you seek out that ultimate profession that you're looking for. Speaking of IT roles, there are roles for IT administrators. And with these IT administration roles, we will help you starting getting ready for certification. Certification, kind of like skills assessments, will give you that competitive advantage and ensuring that you're shortlisted for these roles. But even if you haven't done the certification, understand this today. There are over 3.9 million jobs. Folks, 3.9 million jobs. Remember I spoke about every single minute, 8 people getting jobs on LinkedIn? That could be you. That could be you if you take on these courses and, of course, start adding those certificates onto your profile so you ultimately get access to these jobs. I hope you're following me here. We're down to job number 3 in terms of the most demand for talent like yourself. This is a job that companies have been advertising for across industries and across disciplines and across both the public and the private sector. That's the role of being a project manager. If you're looking for project management skills or you're looking to become a project manager, applying your skills in any industry, LinkedIn, Microsoft, and GitHub have gotten together and said, what skills do you require in order to get access to these jobs? And with these skills, they have provided for the next 3 days the skills you need in order to get access to these jobs. All right, we're down to the last 2 jobs. Down to the last 2. I hope you are following me, but let me be cognizant of the fact that I told people they could ask questions. Let's see who's watching online and, of course, see some of the questions that have started coming in. Lovely. I like this. Musa, thank you very much for watching. I don't know if I've had someone from Chad before. You could be my first LinkedIn member from Chad joining me on the live stream. So congratulations to you. And I hope what you're hearing today helps you. Let's have a look at who else is coming online. This is Dennis from Nairobi. He says he is looking to transition into ad tech, willing to start from ground zero to learn to grow any place where I can start a career. Well, Dennis, a couple of things right up in front here. So the jobs I'm talking about today are available globally. You don't have to work in Nairobi. You don't have to work in East Africa. You could work globally in an institution or an organization out there in a different geography. Number 2, you could provide your digital skills to a company that's located outside of your region. So the skills that I'm giving you will allow you to get access to entry-level or intermediate jobs within those professions. And of course, if you have other education, other experience, and other skills, those might even position you for leadership roles. But you said you wanted entry-level and, of course, willing to start from ground zero. Well, starting from ground zero, Dennis, like I said, acquire these skills that we're giving for free for the next 3 days. Once you've got access to those skills, add them to your profile so that you're discoverable. Then start looking at jobs that are available on LinkedIn. Start following the organizations that are offering the types of jobs that you want. And then Start preparing for these jobs by, of course, looking at some of the things that we offer on your LinkedIn profile in terms of jobs to help you prepare for interviews. Let's see who else we've got. We've got Austin here joining from Togo. Could this be another first? Someone joining us from Togo? Thank you, Austin, for joining us. And like I always say, if you are joining us, share this with your community. Whatever you learn in this brief live stream, share it with your community. Each one, teach one. Each and every one of us knows someone who's looking for a job, knows a student, knows a graduate. Each and every one of us who went to a higher educational institution knows a career services professional that is struggling to help recent graduates, that is struggling to help alumni to find jobs. So if you know somebody in the academic sector who could leverage LinkedIn learning courses to help their students, put them in touch with me, because guess what? When people graduate, when universities have their graduations, we often find that we don't have enough career services professionals to help all of our graduates. And this is where LinkedIn Learning and where LinkedIn Insights help academic institutions. We help highlight where the jobs are, who is hiring, who's facing attrition, and what kind of skills companies are looking for. So, if you want to think back and if you want to contribute to your university in a powerful way, put us in touch with your university so that we can talk to the Career Services Office, we can talk to the Teaching and Learning Organization, we can talk to the Alumni Relations Office and help them to help their various communities get access to the skills that they require in order to get jobs, and of course, to highlight where the jobs are. Because one of the struggles they have is being able to immediately tell students and graduates and alumni, guess what? This is where the jobs are. This is when this company is hiring, and these are the skills that they're looking for. And guess what? Some of those skills we're giving away for free today and for the next remaining 3 days so that you can get access to those jobs. Let's see who else is joining here and saying, I'm seeking a job in social impact with a bias towards advocacy, with a desire to transition into gender equality and social inclusion in the future. Wow, what a fantastic place to be in. Of course, equality, inclusion, and diversity is some of the things that are most celebrated and most sought after by companies today. So you are in the right space. On LinkedIn Learning, you can acquire these skills. Today, I'm talking about the top 10 most in-demand jobs. However, on LinkedIn Learning, you can get skills that will make you probably better in terms of emotional intelligence, mindfulness, and also understanding how to navigate in this world which has diverse talent, in this world where we need to be more inclusive, in this world where we need to ensure that everyone gets equitable access to opportunity. And that's what we're trying to do on this live stream. Exactly. On this live stream, we're offering you and your community, and that's why I said each one teach one, share what you've learned today, share this live stream with a job seeker, with a student, and with a graduate so they can get access to opportunity, irrespective of where they are in the world, irrespective of whether they went to a college, a university, or even just a high school. They can acquire these skills on LinkedIn Learning so that they get access to jobs. Let's see what other comments are coming in. And of course, this will be the last comment I take before we go back to the last 2 top jobs in demand. And before I give you that link of where you can get these skills. So, Felix from Nigeria, who's a data scientist and a machine learning engineer. Wow. Well done, Felix. And of course, for our recruiters that are watching this, you can look up the profiles of some of the people we've got on this live stream and start networking, start interviewing, start shortlisting, start reaching out and expanding your professional network to bring in these skills into your organizations. So, Felix, I talked about roles for data scientists and data analysts. So there is economic opportunities for you. But let's get back to the top 2 jobs that are remaining in our countdown. So we said number 3 is a project manager role. And in terms of project management roles, there are well over 3.9 million jobs on LinkedIn. And we're helping you gain access to those skills so that you can gain access to those jobs. Let me just drop my name there. And again, let's go back to this top 3 jobs. Number two. sales representatives or business development specialists. Sales representatives are in demand across the globe. Well over 17.9 million open vacancies. Hear me right. 17.8 million open jobs for sales representatives. This could be where you start your career. Irrespective of what degree program you took, you could now invest in learning these critical skills that will enable you to go after this low hanging opportunity, this opportunity to become a sales representative for an organization. Understanding, of course, how to sell, how to engage, how to ask great questions, how to present products, solutions, how to present services, how to negotiate, how to build up strategies that help you deliver value for your customers as well as the organization you're working for. So, this is the number 2 job in demand on LinkedIn. And guess what? Like I said, just for the next 3 days for free, we're giving access to these skills so that you can get access to sales representative jobs. Folks, like I said, we have 3 days to gain access to these skills, but we also have an opportunity afterwards to engage and for you to get access to LinkedIn Learning's library of 17,000 courses that will help you align to other jobs and other opportunities besides the top 10 that I'm talking about. So, the opportunity, just to make it clear, is that for the next 3 days, we're giving away these skills for free. Got me? Next 3 days, we're giving away these skills for free so that you can get access to the opportunities, whether you're a student, a graduate, or a job seeker. Following the 3 days, if you would like to extend your partnership, reach out and we will help your institution gain access to LinkedIn Learning and the platform, of course, that highlights where the jobs are, which industries, which locations, and what skills are required. Number 1, we should have had a drum roll. Number 1 job in demand globally is software developer roles. Software developer roles are in demand to a tune of 22.7 million open vacancies. Now, this goalpost continues to move, of course, as people get access to jobs. Like I told you a little bit earlier on, every single minute, 8 people are getting jobs on LinkedIn. It's your turn as a student. It's your turn as a graduate. It's your turn as a job seeker to get access to a good job. So if you're prepared to invest a little bit of time, and in fact, the next 3 days, or you can extend that afterwards, if you're prepared to gain access to skills that will position you for the number 1 job in demand, which is software development roles, you can do this by of course, using the link that I'm going to share with you. As I said, this link is going to become to you courtesy of LinkedIn, Microsoft, and GitHub. So not only will you find courses on LinkedIn Learning that will prepare you for these jobs, you are also going to find exam certification, preparation, information that will help you become fully certified, particularly for the IT and the tech jobs. But like I said, this is only available just for the next 3 days. Folks, I've talked a lot about the opportunity, I've talked a lot about the jobs, but this is where you can find those skills. The skills associated with those top 10 jobs. Now, you've got a choice. You can either take a quick photograph or at least hover your camera, your mobile phone camera, over this QR code, and it'll take you directly to the page. Or alternatively, for those of us who are a little bit old school, no insult there. Let me share with you the URL, as in the website where you can get access to these opportunities. So I'll take myself off camera there for a split second and highlight the URL, which you can type or take a screenshot and gain access to those skills that will help you get access to those jobs. Or you can take this QR code. And what's most important of all is understanding that this is only going to be available for the next 3 days, folks. 3 days remaining for you to gain access to those skills. So please, whatever you do, make time for learning. And I mean that intentionally. It's time for you to shine. It's time for you to get access to a new economic opportunity. But the only way you can do that is if you make time for learning. We have to make time. It must be intentional. We must consider watching something on one of our streaming channels, or going down a wormhole on some of the videos that we can watch or platforms we can be on socially, and make time to invest in skills that will help us economically change our lives. Make time for learning. Always be learning. You might be in a job today, you might be happy. Fantastic, happy for you. But continue to invest in yourself so that you have all the professional skills that will help you get promoted if you're not looking for a job. And if you are looking for a job, help you to get discovered. The trick to finding a job is not just you applying for roles. It's for you to live rent free in the minds of recruiters, hiring managers, and those who can give you access to economic opportunities. So, what did I promise you? I promised to give you the top 10 skills that will, to give you the skills that will give you access to the top 10 jobs. And you can find these jobs, like I said, by either taking a photograph of this QR code and going to that website, or alternatively typing in this URL so that you can access these skills within the next 10 days. That was it, folks. That was the short, succinct live stream that I had for you today, sharing these opportunities and letting you know that we're in the final stretch of getting these skills for free. So I'm encouraging you to not only take on these skills for yourself, I'm encouraging you to share these skills with a job seeker, with a college student, with a university graduate, with a career services professional, with a university teaching and learning professional, with a university alumni relations officer, who are all looking to empower their communities to get access to jobs. And like I said, after the 3 days are over, and when the opportunity falls away, you're free to reach out to me and say, I'm an academic institution, or I'm a student in an academic institution. We are looking to get LinkedIn Learning for our staff, our faculty, or our students. If it is within, of course, Africa, Central Eastern Europe, Southern Eastern Europe, Malta, Greece, Turkey, Israel, then get in touch. And of course, Cyprus, get in touch and let me see how I can help you. If it is outside those regions, there's definitely colleagues within LinkedIn that I can put you in touch with that will help your institution get access to LinkedIn Learning. And then, more importantly, for your institution to know where the jobs are, which industries are hiring, which companies are facing attrition, which departments in those companies are looking to hire. We will be sharing this information through subscription products that are available for academic institutions. Hear me now? I'll say it one more time. If you're an academic institution, or you know someone who's in an academic institution, in teaching and learning, in HR, in career services, in alumni relations, put us in touch, right? Send me an email there and I'll help your school or your alumni gain access to the skills they need in order to get to the jobs. What's more, we will give them insights, real-time insights into jobs, not just in your country, jobs globally where students can migrate to, or jobs globally where your students can work remotely in and get access to, of course, things that help our lives. Thank you very much for joining me. Like I said, it was going to be a very short live stream. If there are any other questions, let me just see if there's any other questions here, and so that I can answer them before we finish out. I see here Ade is asking, he's joining in from Nigeria. Hi, Ade, how you doing? Looking forward to coming to Nigeria soon. He says here, can we access full courses without a premium account? So Ade, I don't know if you're a student, if you're a graduate, or if you're just a job seeker that's out there in the world of work. To gain access to LinkedIn Learning's learning catalog, which I said has 17,000 courses, and not only 17,000 courses, every single month we're releasing 60 new courses. In fact, that's every single week, 60 new courses. And we're releasing courses that are related to jobs and demand. If you want access to that full catalog, whether it's business, technology, or creative content. LinkedIn Learning is available, one, for academic institutions to subscribe to, or two, for you to subscribe to using a premium account. What we were talking about in this live stream specifically is the fact that you have an opportunity for the next 3 days to gain some skills for free. So, Ade, I hope I've answered your question in terms of how, after the 3 days that we're talking about today, you can gain access to those skills. Let's see what else is coming through. I see a laughing out loud, I guess. Old school. I've made a screenshot before you said it. Okay, so they took a screenshot of specifically where you can get access to those skills, and I'll put them up one more time for those of you who are just joining this. Like I said, for the next 3 days only, you have an opportunity to gain access to these skills. And to gain access to these skills, you just literally need to take a photograph of that QR code, or alternatively, to type in this URL, and then you'll be able to access those jobs. Let's see what other questions we've got on the stream. And of course, shout out a couple of people. Yes. Oh, I see Seamus is online, and Gauthier, who's our colleague here, looking after the French markets, French-speaking Africa. Again, yes, these skills and these courses that we are offering are available multilingual. So irrespective of where you are watching from, guess what? LinkedIn Learning is available for you and your institution so that you can gain access to these jobs. Thank you very much, Seamus, for joining us. And thank you, all of you who managed to join us. As I said, in this live stream, the idea was to share with you and highlight for you that, folks, there's just 3 days left. 3 days. Don't say you weren't told. And what I'm asking kindly of you is, please share this short live stream with a job seeker. Share this short live stream with a student. Share this short live stream with a graduate. Share this short live stream with your university, college, or higher educational institution that you went to. Put us in touch with the career services. Put us in touch with, of course, those in teaching and learning. Put us in touch with those responsible for the development of staff and faculty members at that university. And here's what we're going to do for them. We're going to help them not only to attract the best staff and faculty members, we're going to help them develop the skills that are required in the modern age. And once they've acquired those skills, they're also going to extend the LinkedIn Learning skills, both hard and soft skills, to our students, so that ultimately our students get the skills they need in order to get the jobs they dream of. You got me? The skills they need for the jobs that they dream of. They're available here for free on LinkedIn Learning for the next 3 days. All right, folks, that was it in terms of this short live stream. Like I said, it wasn't planned. It was just to share and ensure that all of you out there are well aware of this opportunity that we have. I thank you very much for watching. Of course, the stream will continue to be available on this platform for you to come back, rewatch, and reshare with your community. And of course, we will make it available on other platforms. We're just going to see out this short live stream with a couple of quick reminders on what you can do to rock your profile and get access to those opportunities. It's time to shine, folks. Now is the time. Get the skills, start applying, start preparing for those interviews. And of course, let's continue to build each other on LinkedIn. Have a good afternoon, and thanks for joining me.
If you're watching this, chances are good you want to get a job. You want to go from student to rising star, and you want to avoid eating the same meal over and over and over again. Good news, you're in the right place. That's right, LinkedIn. It's not just for top executives. It's not just for old people with heavy briefcases. It's for you, and it's the perfect place for you to start your professional story. Say you want to get a job in New York City. You've never been there before, but that's okay because you have LinkedIn on your side. You start by creating your profile. You give it love because you know it's what recruiters are looking for day and night. It's your resume that never sleeps. It's your flashing neon sign that says, hire me, for the love of all that is good in this world, hire me. Then you start making connections. Alumni working in New York? Yes. Recruiters at top companies in New York? Yes. Your mom's best friend? Yes. You start imagining whose shoes you want to walk in. You think, wow, this is a lot of deep stuff to consider. You shake yourself out of it and start searching for jobs. Whoa, that's a lot of jobs for students. Time to get down to business. You start to tailor your profile. You start applying. You feel empowered, in control, like you should be CEO. That gives you an idea. You look up all the CEOs of all the companies you want to work at. You see one of them went to your university. Then it hits you. You see a clear path from campus to career. You feel like you can see the future. You wonder if you're psychic. Should you start a hotline? No, back to plan A. You keep tailoring and connecting and applying, and before you know it, you start getting responses. First a few, then more, then an interview, and then you're hired. And that's when the real learning begins.